Commission for the informed John Ferguson team, 2 Pyromaniac for Tony Martin, Dennis O'Regan, 4 Vyta de Rock for Barry Geraghty and Nicky Henderson, 4 Emerging Talent for another informed team of Sam Twiston-Davies and Paul Nicholls, 5 Foxtail Hill for Nigel Twiston-Davies and Jamie Moore, 6 Doesn't Go, and 7 the Governess, who of course won at this meeting last year for Fergal O'Brien and Paddy Brennan.
Time to keep an eye on.
Yes, she's one of the smaller members of the field here, the mare, the Governess. Really is about time Rishi got up to Hexham. Beautiful place, lovely part of the world. Just need to take your thermals, and the tape is up, and they are racing, sort of, and Emerging Talent steals a bit of an early advantage here of about 5 or 6 lengths over Vyta de Rock in second. And then behind them, Foxtail Hill as the leader jumps the first fight in good style. Commissioned in the black jacket is 4th. And then Pyromaniac in dark blue sleeves, and in the pink with the blue hoop round the body at the back is the Governess. So on towards the second flight, and the favourite leading the way here, Emerging Talent, the 11 to 10 market leader, from Vyta de Rock in second. And then back in third is Foxtail Hill, commissioned 4th, Pyromaniac, and finally the Governess. On towards the flight in front of the stands. Emerging Talent jumps it in good style again. There's the Governess at the rear of the field under Paddy Brennan, a mare who won a bumper at this meeting last year. So in front of the stands now, and it's Sam Twiston-Davies, successful yesterday of course on Sam Winner and on Cade de Burley. Great day for him and for his governor Paul Nicholls, out in front by about 4 lengths here on Emerging Talent from Vyta de Rock in second, Barry Geraghty for Nicky Henderson. If you're watching our last race live yesterday, Nicky Henderson introduced a really nice juvenile hurdler called Hargam, who was second there, to horse with a big future. In third place, Foxtail Hill, and they've gone a long way clear of the other 3, so we've got a race in 2 halves at the moment. Leading the second trio is Pyromaniac. It doesn't look to me as though Commissioned is going all that well at the moment in the black jacket for the John Ferguson team, now in last place behind the Governess. Meanwhile, Emerging Talent continues to lead by 3 lengths to Vyta de Rock, and then Foxtail Hill, and they're followed by the Governess, out wide Pyromaniac and Commissioned over the next, and they jump safely. How well is Commission going there on the right? He may just have hit a bit of a flat spot down the back. It's closing up a little at the rear. The whole field getting more clustered together as they race towards the top turn, the left-hand turn, which will take them up the hill to the highest point on the course. And Emerging Talent approaching 4 out with a lead of about 5 lengths here to Vyta de Rock and Foxtail Hill. Leader continues to jump pretty okay. The Governess in 4th, Commissioned, and then Pyromaniac is the back marker. So Sam Twiston-Davies at the top of the hill now on Emerging Talent, bidding to make all the running here, and has still got this useful little lead that he was really donated from the start because nobody really wanted to go on, and he gave Emerging Talent a little kick in the belly, and he jumped the first flight about 6 lengths in front, and he's maintained this advantage. The Governess into second on the outside of Foxtail Hill. Looks like Vyta de Rock is struggling a bit over the third last. Commissioned is picking up a bit now in the black jacket, the Ferguson colours, which have been worn to success aboard Chesterfield and also Parlour Games at this meeting already. So Chesterfield making some ground, but Emerging Talent, the leader, still travelling quite comfortably over the second last. Didn't get quite so high this time and is shaken up on landing, and the little mare, the Governess, is now laying down a challenge under Paddy Brennan. Then Vyta de Rock, who's rallying a bit, looks the stayer, followed by Chesterfield, who's gone again, and now homeward bound. Emerging Talent, the Governess, and Vyta de Rock as they race towards the final flight, and Emerging Talent is responding well, and a good jump there. Vyta de Rock, who lost his position, has rallied very well and is coming back at the leader on the far side under Barry Geraghty, just swishing the tail there as they race now inside the final 150 yards. Emerging Talent on the near side of Vyta de Rock. They're locked together. Emerging Talent, Vyta de Rock just nosing ahead under Geraghty's drive, and Vyta de Rock ran down Emerging Talent in a super finish. In third, Pyromaniac, the Governess 4th, then Chesterfield, and finally Foxtail Hill. Vyta du Rock in the colours of Simon Munir for trainer Nicky Henderson, and jockey Barry Geraghty has made it 3 on the bounce after wins at Uttoxeter and Hexham. An interesting run by this horse, who lost his position going down the hill. He dropped back to about 5th of the 6 runners. Little flash of the tail in the closing stages, but he's run on genuinely enough to wear down the long-time leader, Emerging Talent. The pair of them coming a long way clear, and this winner looks a horse who'll stay a bit further.
Barry Geraghty.
I just knew I couldn't go from the top of the hill. I had to wait, you know. And he filled up when he ran on well from 2 out.
But it looked for all money like you were beat when you went down the hill.
I was, but you know, that's where you have to conserve, especially in that ground. You know, and I got a bit of stick for Neil Mulholland's horse yesterday that I travelled and hung on, but you have to hang on. You know, and this fellow was good enough to get back up where the lad yesterday wasn't. So.
And how testing is it out there?
It's very old ground. You know, it's although it's not deep, it's just so old and used. There's no fresh ground. It's hard work.
Nice try to winner for N. Henderson.
Lovely. I'd say he'd be delighted.
Well done.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Old ground, Barry